Hi guys, how are you? Okay, so we are continuing to learn about Amazigh women. So let's just recap. Amazigh are the indigenous people of North Africa. If you hear the terminology Berber, we do not use it because it's a derogatory term. It is something that the French people used in order to criticize the Amazigh culture, and it was synonymous to barbarian, which is horrible. That's not a good way to describe indigenous people, just because of the simple fact that their culture might actually not even resemble you, or you don't think that it's as progressive as you are. I would love for us to focus a little bit more and also learn how to join Amazigh women. So again, I will be posting some images so that you can reference, and then I will also in a moment, I'll show you how to draw one. Okay, so first, I think it would be interesting to know that Amazigh women, because I got this from an article, are considered one of the most important members of their society. So they're put in a high status. They can also be military leaders. So when we think about, let's say every day we may have a stereotype of what Muslim people look like, what indigenous people look like, and we kind of imagine maybe the men are the ones who are the warriors, the men are the ones who are the leaders. But in this case, the Amazigh society, they also appreciate women, and they value the way they think, their savviness with money. And so they are also military leaders. There can be also be considered spiritual mothers. And so it's having that kind of respect for the women in the society. We talked about how, and this is, by the way, we are going to be having a quiz, so it's very important to remember this. We talked about the jewelry. So I'm going to share a new photo with you, which I think is so beautiful. They actually look like sisters to me, but they may not be. But they're wearing these beautiful headdresses. So it's not like they're wearing hijab, but they are wearing a scarf. Not all women wear a scarf, but they do wear a partial scarf sometimes. And then they have all these elaborate designs for their headdress. This even looks kind of pointy, like has like sort of almost like a rockerish thing. They're ginormous beads, which are beautiful. And if you get to see some in person, sometimes they're that nice little kind of amber caramel color, and that looks beautiful. You can see all those metallic stones. This person is wearing earrings, big earrings. Actually, they both seem to be wearing very big earrings. Their eye makeup. And they actually both have tattoos that are also on the nose. So I didn't realize that it's also on the nose for the most part. I see it on the forehead and on the chin. So we are remembering that having this jewelry, it could represent your status. It could also represent your wealth, right? For instance, it is something that could be passed from generation to generation. Your mom could pass it to you. It was passed down from her grandmother. It can also be used to buy goods. So they can actually sell their jewelry if they wanted to, and so use it as a means of acquiring land or acquiring cattle. And so when we think about that, we're like, okay, they're acquiring cattle, but you got to think of it in the business perspective, because if you have cattle, you buy cattle, they then reproduce, create more cattle, and then those reproduce, they create more cattle, and then you can sell them and you're making money. So this is a good source of income. It is also very beautifying to have all this jewelry. So today I'm not wearing Moroccan jewelry, although I did buy this in Morocco, and I have my beautiful beads that they are silver, black, and an actual brown that is like a wood. I have my earrings, my Moroccan earrings. And what I want to tell you is that when I leave the house and I wear jewelry, I feel good about myself. And my jewelry is not like just like the silver jewelry. I have a tendency of liking what we call costume jewelry. And so when I see these women wearing jewelry like this, I find it beautiful. I find it that it enhances your beauty. It dresses up an outfit. So it's a beautifying thing. So we're going to go look at another one. And she looks pretty. She looks a little bit serious over there. And she has what looks to be a tattoo extending from her chin down, right? So I'm not sure if her lip is tattooed, but it might possibly be tattooed. I'm not sure if that's paint. Then she has one right over here. Again, she has a different assortment of beads, and it also seems like she has like pendants, you know, like those things that you stick on the person. She has a scarf, which we see a lot of women in Morocco wearing scarves sometimes at home. And she has nice earrings, and she's wearing something simple, but her jewelry is what really makes her stand out. They're also wearing eye makeup. So eye makeup is very expressive. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to reference this one, and we are going to start to draw a Moroccan woman or an Amazigh woman, and just really focus, because we know we know how to draw a portrait of a person. So it's kind of doing that, but just taking it a step further and trying to resemble an Amazigh woman. So we'll be doing that. Okay, guys, so we are going to start. I put a piece of paper with tape on the whiteboard, and what we're going to do is look at this, right? So we know that a portrait would be the face, at least the neck, and we also can go up to the waist. So we're not going to go all the way down, but we want to be able to represent her properly and have those beautiful necklaces. We do need to leave space up here for her headdress. So when you're thinking of how you're going to draw this, you need to basically plan it out in terms of space. So the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to leave that space right there. So I'm not going to even think about starting it right here. I'm going to start her face. Again, we're doing sort of like a U, right? And then we remember that to draw eyes, it is sad, sad, happy, happy, right? Then she has her nose, right? So we're going to just go do a turn. I haven't done the pupils yet, so sorry for that part. Then the two nostrils. We're going to do those pupils before we continue. Later on, we will color them black. So again, I'm working with a marker so you can see. The eyebrows are like this. All right, we're doing some nice eyebrows. And then to start off the nose, we have that little line here, but we don't have to draw it. If you do draw it definitely with a pencil. So I'm going to start the mouth with a V, and then I'm going to go down, down, so I can have those lips. And it's a little tricky doing it when you're doing it standing up. So obviously if I were to do this and take my time drawing it, it would be better. So she has eyelid. We need to make sure that she has enough eyeliner, because one of the things that we do notice is that they are wearing eyeliner. We want to make sure that she has enough eye makeup. Then we are going to proceed with the neck, some shoulders, right? And then we need to do her ears, because her ears are actually showing in this, and we need to go up a little bit. She has a tattoo here, so we're going to I'm going to draw it just so that you know, and I'm doing sort of like diamond shape, but I'm going to reference that tattoo image so that I can make sure that I'm doing something that is Amazigh. Okay, then I'm going to go over here just like this, go around like this, and so it looks almost like a man, right? It looks a little bit like the man when they're wearing the kufi. We're making the stripes that we see there. Okay, and then she has, and I do this sometimes, she's wearing sort of like the wrap going up a bit, right? And then kind of having it have little things right there. So we see her ears, and we need to do some hair here. Now she's wearing braids. They don't always wear braids, but before you start, you want to do those beautiful earrings that she has. And again, we can look at some of the tattoos to kind of get some of the images that we can probably put and incorporate over here. And then she has the braids. How we do braids are just basically, we're going to go like this. We're going to go down. I almost wish we didn't have the earrings, but we kind of go like this, kind of curving it, and then loose. We're going to do the same thing. So remember, when you're coloring, you don't have to color at this point. You are going to make sure that you are not coloring the color of the hair, the earrings. The earrings have to be a different color, okay? And we talked about silver. So she has a whole bunch of beads over there on her neck. So how I'm going to achieve that is doing circle, circle, circle. First I made a line, Then I am going to continue those beads. These are beads. So when you're coloring it, I would do a pattern. It's not, although this is North Africa, it's not like what we imagine when we see the African beads that are sometimes bright orange, or it could be yellow and green. No, it's different. It's more like earthy tones. And so she has a bunch of beads there. Then she also has another necklace that has some circles. Again, you are going to do this much better than I am because you're going to have the image right in front of you and you're not going to be crunched for time to do it. And so this also extends over here, and it has like, sometimes it has coins, right? So over there, she also, on her hair, I noticed it looks like she has 2 pendants of coins. So I'm going to include that. And you should make an additional long necklace over here. Okay, so this is it for today. I will make sure to post images of different Amazigh women. It is also, just make sure that when you are drawing, you are planning out your space. You need to make sure that you have space enough for that headdress, because the ones that we've seen, they all have a headdress. And so you need to make sure you have that. You need to kind of have a longer top than what we normally do. Sometimes we have a short, when we're doing our purchase, we only go up this far. I want you to go a little bit more towards her waist. And the reason is that, not too far down, is because they are wearing such fantastic jewelry that covers almost their whole chest. So you're not going to get able, like if I were wearing loads of jewelry, you're only going to see this, because we want to be able to appreciate the things that are further down. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. It's wonderful that we are celebrating women, and it's wonderful to learn about different cultures and different types of people. So anyway, have an awesome day. Bye.